We are live, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Shades and Trades here with an Aitx stock infographic that I created over the weekend. I have four of these for you: Aitx, Sybil, Eyeless stock, and Palantir stock, as you can see at the top of the tabs. If you guys are interested in these, you're going to have to check out those other videos. I will have a link in the description below for the PDFs if you want to download them. I created these. These are game plans in essence, and my thoughts, my ratings. I talk about the good, the bad, the technicals, my ratings, and the current share structure as of 9/12, because that's when I created this infographic. So you'll probably be seeing this video on, well, you can see that it's the 15th. It's 8:41 p.m. You can see it at the bottom right corner. So I can't fool you, right? I was going to say, guys, I totally made this on the 12th. Nope, I'm making it right now at night. I'm like, let's get this out of the way, get it done. I'll schedule the videos for tomorrow, all four of them. So Monday, today, as you're watching this, there's four videos up probably, but you're going to see no charts. AITX stock, number one AI pick, 9/12/2024. So if you're watching this a month or even 6 months from now, the data is probably not going to be relevant at that point, because so much can happen with the penny stock between now and then. Just keep that in mind if you're watching this in the future for some reason. I don't know. Some people love to go back in time and watch my old videos, which is so weird to me at least. The good, the stock runs twice a year, so there's a lot of money to be made on that. The CEO is transparent, and there is good risk to reward ratio if you are patient and disciplined and buy as close to the bottom as possible. There is a 5x potential. Not every run we've seen so far, there is a 5x potential. That's the most it's ever run, at least in the most recent years. So do not be afraid to get in and take advantage of the 5x potential on the two runs that it has every year. And there's a high retention clients as well. That's something that we learned recently, which is good for a company that wants to grow and keep that money in their pockets, especially because they lease everything out. And they're growing revenues every year over year. I think we're set to hit, what, 10 million? And I would expect 15 million minimum the following year, or if not 20 million maximum. So as long as they're going to continue to grow, I believe that. AI stocks, don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them, guys. That's why you're seeing Palantir right now absolutely skyrocketing to what, $40? It's going to hit 50. At least that's the highest price target. I'm sure it's going to be at 100 at some point, guys. So do not sleep on AI stocks, even if they're penny stocks. Okay, let's go over the bad, the FOMO, fear of missing out. Do not be one of those people that fear that you're so afraid of it running to dollars that you buy at the worst times possible. That's why some people bought at 1 penny, or at 3 cents or 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents. They bought at those points because they thought, well, this is the bottom, right? This is going to go to the moon. It's going to go to dollars. So I fear missing out on the huge run to dollars. So I'm going to buy in right now, and then obviously it's sitting at double zeros now. So that's the bad. Do not let yourself fall into that mindset. Do not FOMO. Buy right now when it's cheap at 002s, 003s. We'll go over the technicals when we get there, but that's kind of the bad. Do not FOMO, because that will destroy you. It will. You'll just be averaging down and holding a bag. You don't want to be those people. Be smarter, be better than that. Now, the herd mentality, of course, if you're part of the AITX Discord, you're going to follow what they say, and they tend to be very positive about the stock. They tend to be very, oh, guys, don't worry, we're going to be rich one day. Ho, ho, ho. My stock is so special. So do not fall into the herd mentality. Do not fall. That's the bad. Some people fall into that, and they just become this. They essentially pump the stock all the time because they want people to buy in and push up the price so that they can get out with the bag. Or they call themselves shareholders, but really most of them are bag holders looking to get out. If we're being honest. Volatile, yeah, it's very volatile. Okay, so you do not want to chase. If you chase, definitely have a stop loss. You want to take the loss because you don't want to hold it up there at the top. Anyone who bought at 1 penny is holding it at 1 penny at this point, unless they sold. So it's very volatile. You definitely want to buy it as cheap as possible, because that's where you're going to make the most money on those 50% plus moves. Potential for reverse split. There has not been an extension of that reverse split. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm still waiting on news on that. Maybe I'll personally go to the Twitter and ask Steve Reinhardt, hey, is there going to be an extension on this or what? So that's something to be aware of, that there might be a reverse split coming. Until they extend that to 2026, we shouldn't assume that there won't be a reverse split. Who knows what might happen. They do have high general and administrative expenses, hoping those come down as time goes by. but not a big deal. But we do hope to see those trend to the downside. We cannot have general expenses, not general and administrative expenses so high that it eats way too much into the revenue, or else you're just never going to be profitable. Enormous monthly dilution, that's another bad one. Enormous monthly dilution. They dilute like crazy. They recently diluted 90, almost 100 million. And he said, the CEO said it was going to start coming down. So we'll see if that happens. But for the time being, there's an enormous amount of dilution happening every month. And the high COGS and expenses. We did the math on this recently. The cost of goods sold is way too high, and so are the expenses. So pretty much hoping that goes down as well as time goes by. You can't be building robots that are so expensive that it takes years for, even if you lease out 100 units, it takes years for that money to be made back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have that. You can't have your expense and COGS be so high. You can't be selling no hot dogs at 95 at $1, but it costs 95 cents, and then after paying yourself and having to buy everything, now after expenses and the cost of goods sold, it's just you never become profitable. So that needs to be, that's something to keep an eye on over the years, and hopefully it starts coming down. It cannot track with revenues, because I've seen so many uplisted stocks that they continue to grow their revenues, but their cost of goods sold is so high they're never profitable. And that's just, who wants that? Okay, now on to the technicals. Buy at 002s to 003s. That's the best. That's the lowest point in my opinion. I don't think we're going to go under 002s. At best, we'll hit 002s and people will buy in at 0019 or whatever their their buy limit order is, because I know some people are going to have some buy limit orders down there. So on the technicals, right now is the time to be loading. The sell targets are going to be sitting at 004 and 006 and 009. That's where I would look to sell. We had a hard time getting over 1 penny, even with insane over 1.5 billion volume. It would take a lot now, especially with the constant dilution. It's going to take a lot more for it to even go back to 1 penny. So keep that in mind. Hey, we had a hard time with 1 penny. With this share structure, it's going to be difficult, even more so because they keep diluting. So the sell targets, 004, 006, and 009. With 006 probably being the best one, because that's kind of halfway, right? You know, if you buy right now 003s and it goes to 006, that's 100%. That's not bad. If you sell 004, you'll make 25%. Not bad. That's still money, right? But 009, it's going to be more and more difficult with this share structure to get higher and higher moves. Aitx can move 2 pennies with the volume the Aitx gets in one day. Aitx can move pennies because of its better share structure. So just keep in mind, I would shoot for that middle target at 006 for a nice 100%er. Stop loss, I would execute a stop loss if the reverse split is announced. You don't want to be a part of that. That tends to destroy people. There's nothing bullish about a reverse split. I would get out and take the loss. RSI has cooled down and the stock is at bottom, and we do need 300 million volume for big moves, as Steve Reinhardt has said himself. But also on the charts, I've showed you that before, and we do need over 1.5 billion in volume for a big move to 1 penny, because that's kind of how much it took for this to get to 1 penny. It needed over 1.5 billion in volume. That's a lot. It takes quite a bit. Keep in mind, there's people that sell as well as we move up. So that's something to keep in mind as we move along here. So if you start seeing some big volume on the stock, like 200 million plus, that's when you better start paying attention. Shades ratings, I would give it a buy rating for swing traders. A hold rating for bag holders. Obviously, this one I'm just kind of messing at this point. But yeah, if you're already holding it, if you're already holding a bag on this one, just hold it, right? Why sell at a huge loss? Because some of you put like 5 or 6 figures into it at the worst times possible. But if you're a swing trader, this is a buy right here. Just buy and bag the people, bag the longs. Essentially, is what it comes down to. It's bag or be bag, guys. I'm sorry, but that's the name of the game. If you're a swing trader. Potential investors should wait to buy after uplist if the stock performs like Palantir with a slow climb over time. I think it's a buy at that point if it starts moving like Palantir, just slowly creating higher highs and higher lows during a bull market. Because right now we're in a bull run, and Palantir is absolutely performing, going from $7 to where it is right now, what, 30s, 40s? So depending on when you watch this video. So definitely, if this starts performing, if Aitx starts performing like that, it's a buy. I would wait until after the uplist and see if it performs. I don't care how it performs I don't care how the company performs. If the stock isn't going to follow through, it doesn't matter. The stock has to perform, and ideally it wants to perform like Palantir or Nvidia. It just starts slowly climbing over the long term. So that's when I would say it's a buy. It's not a buy for those new to the stock. Absolutely, I would hold off. Probably don't join the Aitx Discord. They'll have you thinking you're going to miss out. And yeah, be careful with that. And don't listen to me. I'm just some guy giving you the data. This is my point of view. Maybe you think I'm stupid and this is horrible, but hey, whatever, whatever works for you, man. Share structure as of 9/12/2024, we have an authorized of 12.5 billion, which we would expect that to increase to 15 or 17.5, possibly even 20, with how much they dilute. In the future, we would expect that to increase. Outstanding shares, almost 12 billion, did increase recently. Again, with the amount of dilution they keep doing, I would expect an authorized share increase, probably either end of year or at the beginning of next. And that's pretty much it for the AITX video. Hopefully you guys liked it and enjoyed looking at something other than the charts. The link will be in the description so you can download this PDF. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.